And welcome to the, wow, that was NASCAR racing edition of the Rowdy.com Big Three. I'm Bass Masters. This is Bud Steve. Our friend Jerome Buzz Cutler has today's three big burning questions. And there, my friends, is a lot to talk about from the Texas Motor Speedway. That was one hell of a race.
A boatload. Denny Hamlin won, making a statement just as I predicted he would.
Well, congratulations to you, Buzz.
And the 11 team has some swagger going. Here's Mike Ford.
You've watched them play mind games with people in the past, and, you know, I'm completely immune to that. I could care less. I'll be right in their face. It doesn't matter. I think our race team is better than their race team, and, you know, I'm not going to tiptoe around them because of where they're at. I'm going to do what it's going to require for us to win a championship and beat them. And not that playing dirty by any means, but take what's ours.
Oh, wait, no. Here's some more Mike Ford.
When you put your focus on watching other people, you make mistakes. So I was glad to see that they are watching us and paying attention. That means they are chasing, and they made mistakes in doing so. So we played our game. I stayed focused on what we needed to do, and, you know, I feel like, that's possible going in, and you watch it. So I think it was kind of a desperation move, but it's something that I won't say that race team that Jimmy, Chad, and Rick needed to do if they wanted to win a championship, because they just took their team out of it.
You know what? He's not even done yet. Take it away, Mike Ford.
They took their team. They removed their team. Their team got them to this point, and they pulled them out. So this is more about trying to win a championship for the company and not the team.
That was one goofy looking hat.
That hat is
you're wearing you got purple sleeves and then a cowboy hat. You gotta watch out for trash talking in that kind of getup.
Oh my God.
However, I will say this: that was a very confident performance by the 11 team. They started in the back, worked their way towards the front. Denny Hamlin has been very calculating as a driver this entire chase. It was nowhere more evident than here at Texas on Sunday, where he turned up the wick, Buck.
I would say it's amazing. He did a phenomenal job, and even J.D. Gibbs said he was a little panic-stricken early on.
Mike Ford has obviously learned all these lessons that he talked about. You can't intimidate me, but he hasn't learned a lesson about bulletin board material.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's best just to not talk quite so much smack. But I do love the confidence. We're a better race team. Well, okay, they're ahead right now, and they've got 2 races to hold the 48 team off, and we'll see what happens.
It's more than confidence. That was a pretty arrogant statement. I mean, it was pretty out of hand.
You have to believe in yourself. You just don't always have to voice that belief to the entire world. But it's okay with me, man. I think it's great.
I think the bulletin board material might be mitigated somewhat by the fact that the entire 48 over-the-wall crew was dismissed mid-race. Here's Jimmy Johnson talking about that very move.
With everything on the line, we've got to perform. We have to do our jobs, and we've been having some issues, and today wasn't going any better. And with the 24 out of the race, it was a good opportunity for us to try it. I mean, it might be different to our sport in some ways, but we've seen Childress and other teams flip-flop cruise around all the time. But man, you watch pro sports, and if people aren't getting the job done, you got to pull them out and put someone else in.
Now, this could go either way. This could either be demoralizing or it could kick them in the ass.
Well, I agree with you. It could go either way. And my first reaction was,
bad call.
Whoa, they're panicking.
Yes.
On the other hand, this pit crew now, let's be honest about it. They haven't been, certainly not the worst pit crew in the world, but they have been a bit of an Achilles heel this season for the 48 team in a few races, and that too was evident yesterday at Texas, where they lost Jimmy a number of spots on pit road, and the call was made, we've got another crew available now, and they saved them a second to stop. So on the one hand, you're expressing a lot of lack of confidence in your pit crew. On the other hand, you're expressing to the driver, hey, we're willing to do whatever it takes to get you the best finish possible. So I do think it could go either way. Sometimes the benching works, Buck, and sometimes it doesn't.
That was panic. That was dismay. I mean, I don't understand. What are you going to do? Put the guys back? If you put those guys back on your next race, those guys are going to be so freaked out. They're going to end up making more mistakes. I think so.
It certainly is possible.
Oh, it's
but you talk about panicking. Sometimes it's a good idea to panic.
No.
Like if there's a volcano going off over there, good time to panic and get the hell out of there.
Look,
and you know what? Denny Hamlin was coming to the front. Jimmy Johnson was losing a ton of spots on pit road at a track where, like all these downforce tracks, you really don't want to get back in the dirty air. Canal said it after the race, Buck, and I thought this was a very interesting point, that you can't effectively adjust your race car when you're back in the dirty air for what it might be like closer to the front. So I think this was a a move that was kind of a panic move, but may have been the right move to make anyway.
If Dave Rogers can say to Kyle Busch, dude, you're costing us spots, why can't Jimmy Johnson say to his crew,
Good idea,
hey,
Buck.
Yeah,
you're costing me spots?
But Dave Rogers didn't throw Kyle Busch out of the seat. I mean,
Well, he doesn't have that authority. All right, let's move on to issue number 3.
Can that explanation that Burton gave possibly be the truth? It sounds like
Ridiculous.
It's so far-fetched that I think it probably is exactly what happened, because no idiot would come up with that as a plausible
It's kind of like
explanation
when
for what
Kurt
happened.
Busch said at Martinsville, I tried to get off him, I tried to let him go.
Right.
it looks like Jeff Burton flat out wrecked the guy on purpose.
Well,
It totally
I know that's what it
looks
looked like.
that.
But usually if you do that, don't you go, oh, I didn't see him, or I didn't mean to, or you don't say, like, I was pulling down specifically, accelerating specifically to drive up next to him, and he was kind of coming up, and then our bumpers just touched, and they kind of hooked, and I couldn't get off. I mean, it's just like so, sounds like malarkey.
It
so
does.
It has to be the truth. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I don't wanna-
Like, who would come up with that explanation?
I don't wanna
And
accuse-
Jeff Burton is nothing if not forthcoming.
Yeah,
so I
he's not a
think
liar.
I think it was actually exactly what happened, is what he said. All right, that has been your Radar.com Big 3 for today. For Buck Fever, I'm Bassmasters. Please do join us at Radar.com. This was a fantastic race. We'll have
God.
more to talk about tomorrow.
Just
a
phenomenal.
lot of things to talk about. The championship chase couldn't be more interesting, so I hope you will join us over there. Until next time, I'm Bass and he's Buck. And that was Cutler with the camera.
Yeah.
Hi, Cutler.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.